What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your host, Realtalk Shouted. You're now tuned into another video. Thank you for coming back and joining the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about conquering. The word conquer, right? And, basically, I would just like to highlight what it means to conquer. Pardon me for one moment. What it means to conquer, right? Now, let's get a definition. Let's define the word conquer really quick. Now, the word conquer means to overcome and take control of a place or people by use of military force. Successfully overcome. Climb successfully. And some, similar words would be to defeat, to beat, overcome. Now, a lot of people, glory be to the Most High, all praise to the Most High. A lot of people say, how did certain countries get formed? How did certain kingdoms get built? And the first thing that comes out of most people's mouths is, oh, well, we conquered a particular territory, or we conquered a particular people, and that's how we established our nation, or established a particular people or country. And I have to constantly ask myself, well, to conquer something, it should mean that there's a battle. Or it should mean that there's a war. And to my knowledge, I could be wrong though, but when I'm wrong, I'm right. And when I'm right, I'm right. Most of the time, when these people or countries are quote unquote allegedly conquered, there is no announcement of a war or a battle. These people just go and they just take. Or these people just go and they just kill. Or they just go and they just hurt and harm innocent people. Right? So, how is that conquering? That's not conquering. In my mind, conquering is when not only have you successfully overcame something, but you successfully overcame something that was fighting against you. Or putting up resistance. And so, in my mind, it's like you can't do something and call it something else. Like, to conquer something to me is, okay, you took something from somebody who took something from somebody else, and you successfully overcame that individual. That to me is being a conqueror. Or even if on a worldly scale, all praises to the Most High. Glory be to the Most High. On a worldly scale, let's just say you hurt and harm innocent people who can't fight back, and then you take from them what they have and what they used to depend on for your prosperity and abundance. That's not called conquering. That's not a conqueror. Because when you use the word conqueror, for some reason, it has like a good connotation to it. Like it makes you feel, and it sounds good, and it makes you feel like you've accomplished something big and mighty, like you've done something great. So if you've conquered something, then it has to be something that's worthy of conquering. It has to be something that is noble, something that is righteous, something, you conquered something, you defeated something, whatever this was that you were fighting against, or whatever it is that was presenting resistance, guess what? You conquered it. You did an amazing feat. You did something good. And not only did you benefit off of it, but as a collective, everyone benefited off of your contributions. So to say you're a conqueror, you would have to perform in that manner. But to go over and take things that don't belong to you, that another group of people relied and depended on with their lives, and it was something that you really didn't need, you just took it because you wanted it, and you came guns blazing, armor, swords, muskets, shields, dogs, ships, everything, right? It says by military force. So you came with everything you had to a group of people or to a nation that didn't have 10% of that. It's not even in the same ballpark. These people were bare. These people barely had clothes on. Y'all came dressed in full armor with swords, boots, shields, dogs, trained military men. Then, not only did you come suited and booted, but you came and you presented aggression and force to women and children who couldn't fight back. Even if you wasn't suited and booted. Even if y'all were all naked or barely clothed, they still couldn't fight back. But y'all came and literally obliterated a nation of, you tried to obliterate a nation of people. And do you honestly think you can consider that being a conqueror? No, that's not conquering anything. That's another word. That's something that we probably would have to create a new term for. Because that's not being a conqueror. A conqueror is something that's noble, that's mighty, that's worthy of praise and worship, like the Most High, Yahweh and His Son. They are conquerors. The servants of the Most High in his kingdom are conquerors. Even the people that are still here on this planet are conquerors. Why? Because they still have something that was and still is being allegedly taken from them on a daily basis. So every day you wake up, you are a conqueror. Why? Because you conquered the day before. You conquered yesterday. You conquered the day before today. That's worthy of praise. And the only reason why you conquered the day before yesterday is because you serve a mighty God who's worthy of praise. So let's not get our terms and our words, definition, word defining abilities misconstrued with reality, because you can't call a person, you can't call a bank robber a petty theft. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't try to throw a rock and hide your hand. Say, oh no, yeah, we conquered it. Nah, you didn't conquer anything. You swindled. You gaslit. You backbited. You slithered your way into your position. You stole. And you committed atrocities to have the position that you're in. You didn't conquer anything. So don't let these people make themselves to be all puffed up like they're just so great and mighty, because I don't see anything great and mighty about taking something from a group of peaceful, giving, loving individuals. These people met you all with open arms, with gifts, blankets, food, knowledge, and you guys took advantage of that. And so I mean, the rest should be what's understood, don't need to be explained, right? Somebody comes and greets a person open armed with gifts, with clothing, with food, raiment, shelter, and in return you turn around and take from this individual not only their kindness for weakness, but their literal identity. You actually took an identity from a nation of people. What else could you take? What else does a person have if they don't have their identity? So you mean to tell me they can't be them? So you are so infatuated with a group of people, a nation of people, so wholeheartedly that you want to be them. And because you're not them, you hate them who are what you desire to be. And so because you love these people, you are so infatuated with these people, you develop and concoct a plan devised from the devil himself to create a way to steal a heritage and a culture from a nation of people. Then, once you are successful in that attempt, you then reverse the information using reverse psychology and make them resent the very knowledge that kept them in their position. which was holy, separate from the other nations. Blessed, which means they were in places of leadership, government, rule, law. This is real law. This is what law enforcement is. Then you create laws that go completely against the original law that gave you the idea to create laws. Hey man, the rabbit hole goes deep. Listen, when you take the red pill, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. Red pill or blue pill. You know, it's a lot of blue pill people out here who want to just live in ignorance is bliss type reality. And guess what? Hey, this is a free will universe. But guess what you don't understand and realize? That this is a game, and this game is all about knowledge and information. And if you don't have information and knowledge, then you will not be as successful and or abundant as your predecessors or your people that you see around you. Why? Because information will free your mind, and it will give you the opportunity to be sovereign, to be unlimited, to be abundant. That's your birthright. And once the knowledge is ripped away from you, now you're left with what an individual wants to give you, because you don't have the information to apply it to receive it for yourself. A lot of this stuff, family, is so simple. You know, even the things they teach our children in school, like they know our children are way more advanced than what they are developed to be early on. And the individuals that become the engineers and the scientists and all the people who change the world with their contributions, those are the ones who are the 1%ers. But each and every individual has the opportunity to be their greatest version. They're just not taught well or developed in that manner. And it's done on purpose because they benefit off of individuals who do not know how to function as an individual. So they create these things to have leverage over the people, the minds, and if you control the minds, then the bodies will follow. That's simple. If you control the resources, then the people have no choice but to submit. So that's what's been going on, family. Now, is there a way out of this? Of course. But remember, it's a free will universe. So nobody's going to make you do anything. That's why you have to get the information. So that once you have the information, you can apply it and see the results. So a lot of you are like, okay, but what's the secret sauce? How do you get out? Well, if you believe in the Most High, then the Most High says, keep His laws, keep His statutes, keep His commandments, and you'll get out. See, a lot of people just want to exist. They don't want to thrive. They just want to live. They don't want to be alive. And I'm not even trying to rhyme. So, with that being said, family, just stay focused and remember that a conqueror is not someone who is strong and preys on the weak. That's not a conqueror. A conqueror is an individual who is weak and develops themselves to become strong enough to defeat the so-called alleged ones who are in power that is causing so much misery and harm on the planet, to put the proper one and the proper ones in position to allow the planet to operate and function the way it naturally was created to function, so that everyone can experience happiness and joy and peace on the planet. That's a conqueror. Conqueror is an individual who isn't strong and preys on the weak, but may be weak and builds themselves up to become strong enough to overthrow the ones in power that are abusing their authority. And then by defeating or conquering that particular entity, the people claim you, deem you conqueror. Not something that's self-proclaimed. Yeah, we conquered them. Yeah, of course, if you tell the story, you're gonna always make yourself seem like you were greater than what you truly are. Of course. Nobody gonna say, yeah, I'm a scumbag. Yeah, I'm an asshole. Nobody's gonna do that. Everybody's gonna make themselves appear to be so nice and so humble. So, you know what I mean? So abundant. But guess what? It's all about transparency. It's all about discernment. It's all about knowing thyself so that you can determine who these other individuals are around you. Because if you don't know yourself, how can you know anyone else? That's the first step. How do you know yourself? How do you get to know who you are? Well, you have to get to know your creator. Well, who created you? I mean, you got homework. You got homework, fam. And with that being said, glory be to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. And get it to y'all in our next video. Shalom.